So here's the second thing. And we call it midpoint. We've been referring to this already, right? I've told you we're going to do three things. We've done the first one, which is distance. Now we're going to do the second, which is midpoint. The problems look kind of the same because they give you 2 points and you got to find something. The first time you find the distance. The second time, let me plug my mic in. Forgot about that. For all three of my viewers on YouTube, well, I've got over 2,000 subscribers, but on these videos I'm getting like 2 views, 1 view. So anyway, all right, here we go. And I'm not doing this about the views. I don't care about the views. It's not monetized. I'm not trying to make any money off of it. I do this for you guys. Shh. Guys, listen, I just got done saying. I said it like 5 seconds ago. I said I don't make any money off it. It's not monetized. I don't try to make money off of them. I couldn't if I wanted to because nobody looks at them. All right? I could say whatever I wanted and it wouldn't matter because nobody watches. All right. So, and I don't do these videos for listen. Stop. All right. See, I'd like to have a grown-up conversation with my classes. I really would. But it turns into chaos. You guys can't sit there and have a give and take back and forth. It would be nice. I've had it before. I've had tons of classes where I could actually say something and people are actually listening to me. I go off on one little tangent. See, the guys back there aren't paying a lick of attention to anything I'm saying. They know who they are. All right, so let's just do this. I'm just trying. I try to talk about other stuff every once in a while, but you're making it impossible. All right, so I'll tell you what, before we do this graph thing, let's just push this over off to the side. Let's talk about midpoint. Remember we did the little road and the mile marker thing when we talked about distance? Yes? Remember we said if we were at mile marker or whatever and you want to get to their place, okay? It's the same kind of thing, all right? So let's say you and a friend who live pretty far apart wanted to meet halfway, right? Nobody wanted to travel the whole entire distance. But you agreed to meet halfway to meet your friend or whatever, okay? We've done that before with friends of ours. So let's see where halfway would be about right there. So let's not put an X, let's put a dot, a point. All right, that's the halfway point, all right? So let's say you're meeting at Chick-fil-A, all right? So Chick-fil-A, all right? Here's you, A, and here's you, somebody else, your friend, that's B, all right? So let's say you're along a highway, you live along the highway, your friend lives along the highway, and Chick-fil-A is right in the middle, all right, at some service plaza or something like that, right in the middle, okay? And you want to meet there. So let's say you are at, I'm just making this up off the top of my head, let's say you're at mile marker 7, and your friend is at mile marker, let's say 19. I'm trying to make this come out to be as easy as I can, all right? So you're at mile marker 7, they're at mile marker 19. What I want to do is I want to find out what mile marker is Chick-fil-A at, all right? Everybody see that? So that's what I want to figure out. So what could you do? 12? This is mile marker 12? No? Why? 19 minus 7 is 12? Does that tell you where the midpoint is? Does that tell you where the middle of it is? Does it? Does it? Why would I keep saying does it? Because it's not, okay? Right. All right. So when you subtracted, what did you just find? What is 12? It's not the midpoint. 12 is the distance. Thank you. It's what we just, oops, that's a little weird. But this whole section right here is 12. How did you find that? You had 19 minus 7. That's not the midpoint. That's not the mile marker where the Chick-fil-A's at. Okay? That's the whole thing. That's the whole distance. So that means you and your friend live 12 miles apart. Okay? But where do you want to meet? You want to meet halfway, so how much are each of you going to travel? You're each are going to travel 6, aren't you? So that means you're going to go from here to here. How many miles? 6 miles. And this person's going to go what? Whoops, I can't. Let's try it. It's a little squiggly. That's okay. You had to take some back roads. So how far is that? That's 6. Would you agree? To get to the midpoint. Does that mean this is mile marker 6? Does that mean it's mile marker 12? I heard somebody say it earlier. I didn't say it. What mile marker are we at? I kept on saying it. I've said it over and over again. We are not at mile marker 12. I've told you that already. So don't say 12 because we are not at mile marker 12. Okay? What mile marker are we at? Person A started at the 7 mile marker and traveled how many? 6 miles. So where is the mile marker right here? What is it? 7? They started at mile marker 7. It's at 13. It's at mile marker 13. I don't think you're getting the whole mile marker thing, are you? Okay, if you go on a line, it's like graphs, all right? So like you're at 7 on the graph and you're at 19 on the graph, all right? So if you start at 7 and I'm going to the right 6 places, where does that put me on a graph? If I got a graph and I'm at 7 and I go 6 places to the right, where does that put me? It puts me at 1. If I'm at 7, come on, guys. You're scaring me here. Look. Watch this. If you're starting at 7 and you go 6 to the right. So what if I go 1 mile to the right? Where am I? I'm at 8. If I go 1 more, I'm at what? 9. Okay? You follow me? So if I go 6, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So where am I right there? I started at 7. I went to here and I got to what? 8. Then 9, 10, 11, 12, what? 13. I'm at mile marker 13. Because I started at 7. I went to the right? You're counting up, right? Because this is 19. This is 7. I counted up 6 places. Where did I end up? I ended up at 13. So I'm at mile marker 13. Look, I could have gone the other way. What if I was over here at mile marker 19? And then I went 6 miles. Let's count. 1, if I can do this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Yeah, that's right. 5, 6. So if I'm at mile marker 19 and I went to the left, where am I right here? No. Where am I right here? 18. And then I'm at 17, 16, 15, 14, what? 13. So it doesn't matter what order that I go. No, I only went 6. I counted 6 miles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm at 13. I am not at 12. I don't know what the fascination with 12 is here. It's maybe because it's the distance. Okay? So this is at 19. If you go to the left 6 miles or 6 places, you're at 13. If I start here at 7 and I go 6 places in this direction to the right, then I'm at 13. Okay? Driving in a car. Okay. Everybody with me on that or not? All right. Oh boy. I'm trying to make this as simple as I can because I got like 3 minutes. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to just give you the formula. I was going to go through and show you how you get the formula, but I'm just going to show it to you. All right? What we just went through was too hard. So I'm just going to show you what the formula is. Here we go. Here's the midpoint formula. You ready? So here's the midpoint. I'm going to put MP for midpoint equals. Now it's an actual point. Okay? It's an actual point. So we write a point in a what? Ordered, what's it called? Ordered pair. Okay? Now we're going halfway, right? So we're going to divide by 2 since we're going halfway. I'm not going to explain how we got this. Normally I would, but we took way too long on that whole Chick-fil-A thing. Now, everybody look up here. What we're going to do is go x1 We're not going to go minus this time. This is the only one with a plus. So it's x1 plus x2. What do you think this is going to be? y1 plus y2. That's your formula. Memorize it. If you really want to know where that came from, just let me know. I can go through a little thing. I had it planned out. It's in my notes, but I'm not going to today. So example 2. Here's the question. It says find the midpoint. It says find the coordinates of the midpoint, but I'm just going to say find the midpoint. Remember, the midpoint is a point, so my answer is going to look like an ordered pair. Our answer is going to have parentheses and a comma in between. Everybody understand that? Okay, we're finding a point. We're not finding a distance, we're finding a point. So a point is an ordered pair. So our answer is always going to be an ordered pair. So let's put it into this thing. So I write out my ordered pair. This is what I always do first. I always put over 2 over 2.
How we know to put over 2?
Because that's our formula. Our formula right here. It's over 2. It's x1 plus x2 over 2. So that's why I always put over 2. Now, what does this mean? x1 plus, oops, I got to give you the point though, don't I? Here, let's give you a couple points. Negative 2, 3, and 1, 5. That would be helpful. So now, what do I do? I don't subtract the x's this time. What am I going to do with the x's? I'm going to add the x's this time. So what is it? It's negative 2 what? Plus 1. It doesn't matter what order you add them in. Slope's a different story, okay? But midpoint, distance, it doesn't matter what order. Now we take the y's and we add those together. So that's 3 plus 5. And watch how easy this is. Negative 2 plus 1, what's negative 2 plus 1? That's negative 1. And we just put it over 2. Remember, our formula says it's over 2 because it's halfway. It's a midpoint. Okay, you divide by 2. And this is 8 over 2. But we always simplify fractions. Can you simplify negative 1/2? No. Don't turn it into a decimal. Don't make it 0.5, negative 0.5. And then, what's this going to be? That's right. We're still working. So this is the answer right there.
What I'm turning for that?
So I believe, let's see, what is our 7 to 12. So you're doing section 3-4, numbers 7 to 12. It's page 132. It's right here. I just circled it. That's your homework. Why didn't you write it down?
Can we bring it and come and collect those? So I wait at the phone.
Okay.